Many historical narratives omit Africa, with the emphasis being put on the history of European, Asian, or Middle Eastern empires. However, the African continent has a rich and complicated history marked by the development of mighty empires that shaped the region's fate and influenced the rest of the globe. Africa's history is a kaleidoscope of varied cultures, civilizations, and empires that have risen and collapsed over millennia. Some of these empires are well known to Africans today, while others have faded into obscurity. In this comprehensive video, we will travel through time to unearth the history of some of Africa's major civilizations, from their inception to their final demise. Also, to help the channel grow, please press the like button on the video, as well as share and subscribe. 10. Benin Empire, a kingdom of artistry. Beginning our journey towards the southern region, we reach the Benin Empire, situated in present-day Nigeria. The Benin Empire gained widespread acclaim for its extraordinary artistry and skillful crafting of bronze, which served as a testament to the kingdom's cultural accomplishments and artistic proficiency. Originating in the 13th century, the Benin Empire flourished by engaging in trade with neighboring states and European powers, notably the Portuguese. The empire's capital, formerly known as Benin and presently referred to as Edo, boasted magnificent city walls. These walls, an extensive network of earthen fortifications stretching over vast distances, played a crucial role in safeguarding the city and its valuable trade routes. One of the most enduring legacies of the Benin Empire is its art, particularly its bronze and brass sculptures. The kingdom's craftsmen produced intricate and realistic depictions of royal figures, animals, and scenes from daily life. These works of art have had a profound influence on African and Western art and are celebrated for their exquisite detail. The kingdom was characterized by a strong central authority under the Oba, who held both political and spiritual power. However, the Benin Empire's relations with European powers, particularly the British, took a turn for the worse in the late 19th century. A punitive expedition in 1897 resulted in the sacking of Benin City, the looting of its artistic treasures, and the exile of the Oba. The Benin Empire was effectively absorbed into the British Empire and became part of the British Protectorate of southern Nigeria. While the empire itself ceased to exist, its cultural heritage and artistic achievements continue to be celebrated and preserved. 9. The Kingdom of Kush, Egypt's southern neighbor. While Egypt's history unfolded to the north, the Kingdom of Kush, located in what is now Sudan, was a powerful African civilization with close ties to its northern neighbor. The Kingdom of Kush had a complex relationship with Egypt, at times a vassal state and at others a conqueror of Egyptian territories. The Kingdom of Kush emerged around 1070 BCE during Egypt's third intermediate period. It was characterized by its own unique culture and language, as well as a fascination with Egyptian traditions and deities. Kushite rulers adopted Egyptian titles and built pyramids that emulated the style of their northern counterparts. One of the most remarkable periods in Kushite history was the 25th dynasty, from 760 to 656 BCE, when Kushite pharaohs ruled Egypt as the Nubian pharaohs. The most famous of these rulers was Paye, who conquered Egypt and established the 25th dynasty. During this period, the Kingdom of Kush reached the zenith of its power and influence. The Kushites even engaged in successful military campaigns against the Assyrians in the Levant. The period of dominance in Egypt was short-lived. However, this period was not the end of the war. The Assyrians ultimately defeated the Kushite rulers and reasserted control over Egypt. The Kingdom of Kush continued to exist, albeit with reduced influence for several more centuries. 8. The Kingdom of Axum, the Christian Empire. Our journey takes us to the Horn of Africa, where the Kingdom of Axum, located in present-day Ethiopia and Eritrea, emerged as a formidable regional power. Axum's history is marked by its unique blend of indigenous culture and early Christianity. Axum's rise to prominence can be traced back to the 1st century CE. The kingdom's strategic location along the Red Sea allowed it to control key trade routes, particularly those that connected Africa with the Arabian Peninsula and the Roman Empire. The kingdom's wealth and power were closely tied to its control over the trade in ivory, spices, and other valuable commodities. One of the most significant developments in Axum's history was its conversion to Christianity. Axum is believed to be one of the earliest Christian kingdoms, with tradition holding that Christianity was introduced to the region in the 4th century CE. The conversion of Axum marked a pivotal moment in the history of Christianity and had a profound impact on the religious and cultural identity of the region. Axum reached its zenith during the 4th and 5th centuries CE, when it extended its influence into the Arabian Peninsula, parts of modern-day Sudan, and the Nile Valley. The kingdom's greatest ruler, King Ezana, played a pivotal role in shaping Axum's legacy. He is known for his inscriptions in Ge'ez, a Semitic language of Ethiopia, which provide important historical and religious insights. Despite its impressive achievements, the kingdom of Axum began to decline in the 7th century CE, largely due to the rise of Islam and the Arab conquests in the region. The fall of Axum resulted in the splintering of the kingdom into smaller states, while the legacy of its Christian heritage persisted in the Ethiopian and Eritrean Orthodox churches. 7. The Kingdom of Zimbabwe, a monumental architecture. Our journey now takes us to the southern part of Africa, where we encounter the Kingdom of Zimbabwe. This kingdom is best known for its remarkable stone architecture, particularly the city of Great Zimbabwe, which was the capital of the kingdom. Great Zimbabwe was constructed between the 11th and 15th centuries and was one of the largest stone structures in pre-colonial southern Africa. The city featured massive stone walls, towers, and a network of enclosures. The exact purpose of Great Zimbabwe remains a subject of debate among historians, but it is believed to have served as a center of trade, religion, and governance. The Kingdom of Zimbabwe's wealth came from its control of trade routes in gold and other valuable commodities. The city of Great Zimbabwe was strategically located along these trade routes, allowing the kingdom to amass considerable wealth. The kingdom also had a powerful army and maintained strong relations with neighboring states. The decline of the Kingdom of Zimbabwe is still a matter of speculation. Various factors, including environmental changes, political instability, and the exhaustion of resources, are believed to have contributed to the abandonment of Great Zimbabwe and the decline of the kingdom. 6. The Sanai Empire, the African Colossus. The Sanai Empire, located along the Niger River in West Africa, was one of the largest empires in African history. It succeeded the Mali Empire and reached its zenith during the 16th century. The rise of the Sanai Empire can be attributed to its leaders, particularly Sani Ali and Askia Muhammad. Sani Ali, the founder of the Sani dynasty, expanded the empire's territory and consolidated his power through military conquests. His successor, Askia Muhammad, was a devout Muslim who brought stability and good governance to the empire. One of the most significant aspects of the Sanai Empire was its organization and administrative structure. The empire was divided into provinces, each with its governor, and a central government oversaw tax collection, trade, and the military. The Sanai capital, Goa, became a center of commerce and culture. The Sanai Empire reached its greatest territorial extent under Askia Muhammad. It controlled vast portions of West Africa, from the Atlantic coast to Lake Chad. The empire was characterized by a strong Islamic influence, with Timbuktu once again playing a vital role in the dissemination of Islamic scholarship. The Sanai Empire's downfall was precipitated by a series of events, including the Moroccan invasion in 1591. Which saw the use of advanced firearms against Songhai forces. The empire fractured into smaller states, and its once great cities were reduced to ruins. 5. Ancient Egypt, the cradle of civilization. Let's travel to the northeast of Africa, where one of the most iconic civilizations the world has ever known erupted. Ancient Egypt. Situated along the fertile banks of the Nile River, Egypt emerged as one of the earliest centers of civilization around 3000 BC. Its success was intimately tied to the Nile, which provided a lifeline of sustenance and transportation for the burgeoning society. The Egyptians developed a complex society with a hierarchical structure, advanced art and architecture, a system of hieroglyphic writing, and a rich religious tradition. The Old Kingdom, from 2700 to 2200 BCE, was the age of the Great Pyramids, exemplified by the construction of the Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The pharaohs believed to be living gods held absolute power, while a sophisticated bureaucracy managed the state. The Middle Kingdom, from 2055 to 1650 BCE, brought further stability and cultural development. However, Egypt faced challenges during the Second Intermediate Period, marked by the invasion of the Hyksos, a foreign group that ruled parts of Egypt for a time. The New Kingdom, from 1550 to 1077 BCE, marked a resurgence of Egypt's power and territorial expansion. This period saw the reign of illustrious pharaohs like Hatshepsut, Akhenaten, and the famous Tutankhamun. The Egyptian Empire extended its influence into Nubia, modern Sudan, the Levant, and Canaan. It was during this time that the renowned religious text, the Book of the Dead, emerged, offering insights into the Egyptian beliefs about the afterlife. The decline of Egypt's New Kingdom occurred during the Third Intermediate Period, from 1077 to 656 BCE, as various foreign powers encroached on its territory. The Assyrians and Persians, among others, took control of Egypt in succession. Despite its gradual decline, ancient Egypt's contributions to science, art, and architecture, along with its lasting cultural impact, endure in the modern world. 4. The Mali Empire, land of gold and learning. Continuing our journey westward, we encounter the Mali Empire, which was one of the most influential and wealthy empires in West Africa. The Mali Empire's rise to power was closely linked to its control over the trans-Saharan trade in gold and salt. Mali's origins can be traced back to the 9th century CE, when it was part of the Ghana Empire. Mali gradually gained independence and emerged as a separate entity in the 13th century under the leadership of Sundiata Keita, its first ruler. The empire expanded rapidly, absorbing territories in modern-day Mali, Senegal, Guinea, and Niger. The Mali Empire was renowned for its immense wealth, derived primarily from the vast gold reserves found within its territory. The legendary city of Timbuktu, located on the southern edge of the Sahara Desert, became a thriving center of trade, culture, and learning. Timbuktu boasted numerous libraries and universities, attracting scholars and students from across the Islamic world. One of the most celebrated figures in the Mali Empire's history was Mansa Musa, who ruled during the 14th century. Mansa Musa was a devout Muslim who embarked on a famous pilgrimage to Mecca. During his journey, he distributed vast amounts of gold, earning him a reputation as one of the richest individuals in history. The Mali Empire's decline can be attributed to a combination of factors, including internal strife, external invasions, and the changing dynamics of trade routes. The empire weakened over the centuries and eventually disintegrated in the 16th century. Nevertheless, Mali's legacy endures, and it remains an important part of West African history and culture. 3. The Kingdom of Ghana, West Africa's trade hub. Ghana, situated in what is now southeastern Mauritania and western Mali, was one of the earliest empires in West Africa. The kingdom was at the crossroads of key trans-Saharan trade routes and controlled the flow of gold and salt, making it a prominent economic and political center. Ghana's origins can be traced back to around the 6th century CE. Its rulers, known as the Ghanas, facilitated trade by protecting the routes and levying taxes on passing caravans. This revenue allowed Ghana to build a strong military and establish a sophisticated system of government. The city of Kumbisale, the capital of Ghana, was a bustling urban center. It featured 2 separate districts, one for Muslim traders and one for the king and his court. The kingdom's economic prosperity and relative stability attracted merchants and travelers from various regions. The decline of the Ghana Empire can be attributed to various factors, including internal conflicts, external invasions, and shifts in trade routes. In the 11th century, the Almoravid Berbers, a North African Islamic dynasty, invaded Ghana and disrupted its power. The empire eventually fragmented into smaller states and ceased to exist as a unified entity. 2. The Oyo Empire, Yoruba power. The Oyo Empire, located in what is now southwestern Nigeria, was one of the most influential Yoruba states in pre-colonial West Africa. The empire is known for its centralized government, military organization, and unique religious practices. Oyo's origins can be traced to the 14th century, with the establishment of the Oyo Isle city-state. The empire expanded through a combination of diplomacy and military conquest. The Oyo Empire was characterized by a strict hierarchy, with the Alaafin as the supreme ruler and the Oyo Mesi, a council of chiefs assisting in governance. The Oyo Empire controlled trade routes and collected taxes on various goods, including kola nuts and slaves. The empire was also a significant center for art and culture. The Yoruba people, known for their intricate wood carvings and religious practices, produced a rich artistic heritage. The Oyo Empire eventually faced internal strife, including factional disputes and challenges to its authority. External pressures, such as attacks from the Fulani and British forces, contributed to the empire's decline in the 19th century. 1. The Ashanti Empire, defenders of independence. The Ashanti Empire, located in what is now Ghana, was one of the most powerful pre-colonial states in West Africa. It is known for its rich culture, distinctive art, and its role in resisting British colonialism. The Ashanti Empire emerged in the 18th century, and its power was closely tied to the control of the gold trade in the region. The Ashanti people, known for their artistry, produced intricate gold jewelry and ceremonial objects that were highly valued. The Ashanti Empire had a well-organized government with a complex administrative system. The Ashanti king, known as the Asantehene, held considerable power and was revered as a divine figure. The empire's military, known as the Ashanti Army, was highly disciplined and played a crucial role in the empire's defense. One of the most famous episodes in the Ashanti Empire's history was the Ashanti-British scramble for Africa. The British, in their quest for colonial expansion, engaged in several conflicts with the Ashanti Empire in the 19th century. The Ashanti-British Wars were marked by resistance and military confrontations. Ultimately, the Ashanti Empire was defeated and became a British protectorate in the early 20th century. Nevertheless, the Ashanti culture and identity have persisted, and the Ashanti people continue to play a significant role in the cultural and political landscape of Ghana. And there you have it, folks. We've embarked on an exciting journey through the fascinating African empires. From the majestic pyramids of ancient Egypt to the vibrant markets of the Mali Empire and the artistic brilliance of the Benin Empire, Africa's rich history never fails to amaze. But our exploration doesn't end here. There are countless more stories to uncover, civilizations to discover, and cultures to celebrate. So if you're as captivated by history as we are, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. Let's keep the exploration alive and dive deeper into the wonders of our past. Stay curious, stay subscribed, and let's continue uncovering the hidden treasures of history.